do you get dating anxiety? So if you've been out on some dates recently and you thought to yourself, wow, that just went absolutely poorly and I stuffed that up royally. And you're just thinking, oh, some of the other dates I've been on, I just felt really relaxed and calm. But in this instance, it didn't really go out that way. And you knew that it wasn't them, it was 100% you. Then you're not alone. Hi, my name's Andrew Halliday. I help people with anxiety overcome and dissolve those issues so you can go out on a date and go on to, if they're the right person for you and you both agree that this is the way to go, you go on to live a normal and happy life together. And if you want to get on a free 15-minute discovery call later, then we can do that. Just go into the comment sections below and just click on the link and we can work that out. So just to start with, if you're the type of person that goes on a date and even before you go on the date, you're questioning whether you can do it and you're maybe having some heart palpitations or you're getting panicked, you've maybe even sort of getting all red in the body and the face, and you feel really nervous and you're questioning, all these different thoughts are in your head as to whether this is the right idea, whether they're the right one, whether you're good enough for them. All of these questions that you've got in your head, and you feel quite panicked where you just don't actually want to go. And for most part, dating should be fun. It should be enjoyable. But for you, you don't really enjoy it at all because there's something not quite right. So if I just described some of the feelings or what you're going through, then you're not alone. A lot of people experience exactly what you're feeling, and to maybe some degree even worse. And I know that doesn't necessarily give you much comfort in knowing that that's what you're going through, and it doesn't really assist you with when you actually go to the next step, actually being there, because you're doubting what your capacities are and what you can potentially do in that relationship. If it's going to work, you don't really know. But knowing that that's what's going to happen next time you go on a date, then that's not a good thing. So what do? Well, to start with, just recognize that what you're doing is you're preparing yourself for something that might eventuate or something that might not eventuate. We're not quite sure which one that is. You're preparing yourself to either be the best version of yourself, so things go really well, or you're preparing yourself to fail because maybe you're not ready for the relationship. It doesn't really matter which one it is at the moment, but let's just notice that all those physiological and emotional and mental changes that are occurring in response to going to a date are quite normal and natural for you because you're trying to either predict what's going to happen so you can prepare for it, or you're trying to protect yourself. That's all that's happening. So some part of you on the inside either feels not ready for the date, not about that person, but you're just not ready for it. And the question is, like, when will you be ready? And you might know the answer to that or you might not. It's just a question. So you might not be ready for the date, or there might be something inside you that is saying, I don't want to be hurt and I need to protect that. So let's create the anxieties to stop and paralyze you from going. It doesn't really matter which one it is, but just recognize, number one, you're not alone in what you're feeling. And secondly, recognize that you're doing things to prepare for it or to protect yourself. Because in some ways, which is really strange, is like this first date, maybe you're placing a lot of, on the outcome, you're placing a lot of pressure on the outcome. And by placing a lot of pressure on the outcome, you've only got one chance. If you fail, that's it. That's the reason why they're called dates. It's not, this for the rest of your life. This is this. This is the first time. It's a date. And when there's so much pressure placed upon it, that either you do this or you don't survive, then that's when that feeling comes in. And I don't know actually what you're feeling at the moment as far as going on your next date or what happened in your last date. It doesn't really matter. What matters is just recognize that that is potentially what's happening. Something inside you is being threatened by the prospect of going on a date, or something inside you needs to prepare more. So that's what you're doing. In fact, I say a lot of people who have anxiety that, did you know that anxiety is a superpower if you use it properly? It's actually a superpower because you are preparing yourself for all the different scenarios that might happen. You're thinking about all the things that can go wrong, and you're thinking about all the things that can go wrong, not because you want them to go wrong, it's because you're trying to prepare for what can go wrong. So you're preparing yourself for things that might not even eventuate. And that's what you're doing. You're just trying to work your way through it. So when you think about anxiety and dating anxiety and what to do about it, certainly the most important thing is just to be calm. It's easy for me to say, but that's really what the aim is. So the aim is for you to be calm, and with that aim of you being calm, what actually is available to you? Now just have a think about that just for a moment. If you are actually calm, whether you're going on a date or not, where is anxiety? In fact, being calm is the exact opposite of anxiety. So what do you need in yourself to be calm on that date? Now, you can't sit there and meditate. You can't actually do some mindfulness. Well, you probably can. But if you're on a date, you're going to be communicating on several different platforms. So you need to be present for it. And I guess mindfulness is about being present. So being mindful and being present with them, as opposed to what's going on in you and what is it about you that's not good enough, or they're going to see right through you, or you get nervous about that. So the question is, what can you do to be calm on your date that before would have caused you a lot of anxiety and feeling nervous? What can you do for your next date if you can? But if you're struggling still with that and don't know what to do to be calm, then best thing you can do is get on a discovery call with me. You just click the link below and we can get on a free 15-minute discovery call, and I can help you. My name's Andrew Halliday. I can help you dissolve those issues relating to anxiety and dating that prevent you from having that partnership you're looking for, so you can live that type of life that you really, really, truly want. And the only thing steadying your way is like this anxiety. And like I said too, if you want to share this with anybody, then make sure you share it. Someone who's having challenges at the moment, they may actually really do well with listening to this. Or alternately, you can also to just subscribe to my Facebook page, and there's information and link below. So looking forward to working with you and helping you out.